Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another video. Now today I'll be explaining Microsoft Flight Simulator's Update 6 that is now available. Let's get into this video. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and as I said, welcome back. Now today we're doing another Update Explained video bringing you the latest news on the recently dropped update for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now it's not as big as the last update, but we've certainly got some interesting developments in there, so let's go through them. But before we do that, be sure you hit that subscribe button right now. I do flight training videos, flight sim videos, trip reports and a lot more. So if you love everything about aviation, you've certainly come to the right place. But now let's hop into this video. Okay, so the first thing we'll be talking about is navigation. Now the NavBlue data has been updated, so if we look here on the FMC, you can see we've now got November the 5th to December the 3rd, 2020. So that means if you're on VATSIM or everything, we are using the latest air cycle, which is very nice. Now I've looked into this and by the looks of it, we will have our air cycle updated every so often because of the partnership with NavBlue. That's of course very nice because it means most of the time we don't have to pay for it. However, if you want the most up-to-date monthly version of the data, then you may need to buy it. However, if you're not too phased about it because normally it doesn't affect too much, then you can be like me and wait for it to be updated by the year. Hopefully we'll have it updated more than a year, but so far this is our first update with navigation data. Just some food for thought there. I'm not too sure what they're going to do with it, but it's nice they've updated it. Hopping over to air traffic control, the ATC window should now list all approaches that are available. Now I had some issues with this the other day. I was flying into Amsterdam. I requested a different approach and ATC didn't respond. However, now this has been fixed. It means ATC should respond to any requests for different approaches, even if they are in the opposite direction. On top of that, users should now have the option to request an IFR clearance in the air, even if they have a flight plan entered or loaded into their GPS. This is helpful of course because sometimes your flight plan might not be correct, so requesting a new one is also very nice. And finally, the last point here is that ATC should now respond to requests for changing runways while near/on approach to an airport. I just talked about this, very helpful for me because it means last minute decisions. If there's an aircraft in your way or you want to get closer to the gate, you can swap over quickly. So hopping over to talk about aircraft, the fly-by-wire bank oscillation has now been fixed in the A320neo. You can see right now I'm using Autopilot, otherwise I wouldn't be outside, and the aircraft is not banking to the left or right. However, look closely on the ground and you can see by the looks of it, according to me anyway, the detail and the graphical quality of the ground has decreased a bit. However, the gameplay is a lot smoother, as you can see. I'll be talking about this more in detail later, but now let's just stick to talking about aircraft. Okay, so I know we're not flying the Dreamliner right now, but the overpowered engines in the Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner has been reduced. Thank goodness for this. It was very overpowered, which meant it could be quite difficult to land, but they've sorted this out. On top of that, they fixed the broken plane instruments when switching to metrics via the options menu. I didn't really ever do this, so I never had this problem, but if you did, and I know quite a few people were reporting this bug, then hopefully it should now be fixed. On top of this, they fixed cockpit interactions that were either getting mixed up or not working on third-party aircraft. Now, I did experience this problem once or twice, although I didn't really see it as a Microsoft Flight Simulator bug at the time. I saw it as more of a third-party airplane bug. And finally, all liveries should now be accessible in the game and properly loaded. This is of course fantastic. I know quite a few people were experiencing issues with the livery mega pack, so hopefully this one is now sorted for you guys. Now weather-wise, I even experience this quite often and I don't seem to experience many bugs, but basically on clear skies there was excessive lightning. And of course in clear skies you shouldn't really have lightning. I think this affected live weather more, so they've removed this bug. Hopefully no one should experience it anymore. Also input-wise as well, and I know loads of people were having issues with this, the sensitivity curve has been adapted for the different inputs. This of course is very helpful for many people who were experiencing issues here, so hopefully this has helped you guys out. And finally, a big new thing here, we've got new temporal anti-aliasing along with a new sharpen filter using the AMD Fidelity FX CAS. Now I've got to be honest, I don't know too much about that, but sadly it's decreased my quality by the looks of it. I'll probably fiddle around with my settings later, but it just looks a bit more interesting and a bit more fuzzy outside. As you can see, I'd say that's more likely the new sharpen filter, so if there's a way to disable that, I probably will, because I personally do not like it. Tell me what you guys think about this update. Has it changed your game? Are you annoyed about the new sharpen filter? I know I am. It doesn't look too good. However, on the other side of that, it looks like performance has been improved. They've sorted out a lot of autopilot issues. We haven't got no wobbly wings anymore, that's very nice. And of course, they've sorted out some air traffic control. My game isn't broken, as you can see, and updating NavBlue is always very helpful in my opinion. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of you. I never thought my channel would grow like this. You guys seem to love my content, so once again, a massive thank you. It really does mean a lot. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done already. Thanks to all my captains as always. If you want to find out how to become a captain, go onto my Discord. The link is in the description. But from me today, that is all. Bye bye.